Hello, welcome to this video. I kind of planned it a tiny bit. I considered this video, I was inspired to do it last week, and then my energy has just not felt right for recording. I've not been in that space. I've been doing a lot of writing last week. And today, for some reason, I've just been inspired to record. So I have recorded a video that I'll publish dressed like this when I was out and about on a walk, and I have a little bit of spare time, so I'm recording this video. Anyway, the video is about being present, and I'm going to dive into it a little bit. And what I just said was a bit relevant. It might not have seemed that way to you as a new viewer or someone who's just come across this video. But this is what I want to unpack. I want to unpack the art of being present, because the video that I previously released, it's just about the shift, the changes that have been happening. And as we kind of move into a new way of being, a new world that's being created, if we want new and different ways of existing as humans, because we can learn from the lessons of the past and see, we need to start embracing what's present. Now, the past, I talk a bit more about in that video. So if you're interested, I'll link it so you can have a look. I'm talking in that video about karma and cycles and these patterns of the past that we have been used to operating within. And as we step into a completely new evolution for us, spiritually, personally, actually, we are invited to let go of the past, let go of these patterns, and also let go of projections into our future and just truly be present. And that's kind of sometimes easier said than done. And it takes a bit of practice at times, what it did for me. So I wanted to cover a little bit about what that means and how you can be more present if you also feel like this resonates with what's going on in your life or what you're witnessing, or it feels right when you're hearing what I'm saying. And then how we also align that with this idea of an evolution, of a new earth, of a new way of being, of moving into something better from the lessons that we've moved through in the past. So to begin, for me, learning to be present is building faith, and it's building a connection with God. And God is the divine source of life, the unexplainable consciousness that is unfolding through us all. And so that means that I am an expression of God, that you are an expression of God. How we interact and connect is an expression of God that then creates something new. It creates our joint reality, our mutual reality, which is this world that we experience, and that everything in that is all a part of God. So God is everything and God is one thing. Now I have content, I'm creating stuff all about that idea. If that's an interesting idea for you, again, let me know in the comments and I'll hook you up with some content. But really learning to let go of the idea that I can control everything in my life, that I am the creator of my own reality, which was kind of an old story, because we are, in some ways, we are, but we're also subject to everything I've just mentioned, other people, what is created mutually, the will of the whole. So as we're moving into a new way of being, what will change is the idea of these old cycles and patterns. Not that cycles and patterns won't exist, it's just that they're no longer following the same trajectory of time. I don't want to get too complex in this, but in other words, we are used to following a predefined path because of the previous cycles, but we've moved into something new. So when you move into something new, those paths are not there. Those cycles may still exist, but they're moving in a different way because we're in a different reality. We are creating and have created a path into a completely new reality. So the only way now to know where to step is not by following what people did before us and following their path. It's by following God's path. It's by trusting and having faith in our next step, in our next step, in our next step. And instead of going, well, I'm aiming towards that goal and this is how I get there because there's a trusted path to get there, in fact, we can't anymore because that trusted path doesn't exist anymore, because we are creating the path as we are stepping on it. We're creating the path step by step. And the only consciousness that knows which is the next path to take is the eternal oneness, because it sees, knows, creates all. So as part of that, we are creating our reality with that awareness and consciousness, but also the path to follow can only be known by that consciousness, which takes faith, right? If you're stepping literally step by step into the unknown, and also not heading for a clear direction, because that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist like the future where we're going doesn't exist, because we're creating it in the moment. So there is no point in the future that we're trying to get to and follow a path to. We are literally creating the future as we go. So this is why for a long time there's been a spiritual awakening. A lot of us have been called to connect with God. A lot of us have been called to deal with our shadow and our past karma, because that's been cleared. And I talked about that in the other video that I released, is that there's going to be a shift in how that occurs. So in the past, because we were following cycles of death and life and death, death and rebirth, we could pass on our karma to a future life. We could pass on our karma to our children, to a different generation. That's no longer possible now. So what we're going to start seeing is what we create, we are going to literally get the feedback for. And that means we have to embrace our personal power. And our personal power, it also comes with it responsibility, accountability, that literally what we witness, what we create is going to be as a direct result of how we've responded to what's happening. And that is by being completely present in the moment and feeling what we feel, taking in what the information that we take in, responding with truth and honesty, and putting our attention on life, on living, on what is real. Not what's in the future, not what happened in the past, what's happening right now. And if we're wanting to create a new reality, a better reality, a healthier reality, then we need to set that intention. And that new reality can come only from a place of love. So we have to be able to process what's happening for us and respond with our attention on what's happening, and stepping forward with the intention of creating something new, something aligned with our truth, something aligned with what we want to create, which I'm hoping if you're here on this channel, is that you want to create more love, you want to create more connection, we want to heal, we want more compassion for each other, we want a brighter future, we want an abundant future, we want more of all the brilliance that we could potentially create, as opposed to what all that karma and all that shit in the past created, which was a lot of war and a lot of fear and a lot of control. So being present is going to be really important to this new way of being, and being aware where we're putting our attention and where we're putting our attention and how we are intending to respond to what's happening for us, and making choices in that which will literally create the reality we're creating. And what's fallen away, like I say, is these old ideas. So choosing to put our power, to put our attention, to put our focus, to put our energy, put our faith into false idols. And these false idols come from the past. These false idols are ideas. They can be entities, they can be organizations, they can be ideas, they can be anything that's brought us this false sense of security that if I do this, it means that this is guaranteed for me. It's about false idols of money, false idols of power, of control, of fame, of status, of anything that is not God. Anything that is not peace, love, connection in the now is a false idol that's trying to guide you away from being at peace, in love and in connection with the now. And that is the time that we're moving into, which I think is very exciting, very beautiful, but it's also going to be very interesting because we've got a lot to be aware of. We're literally being asked to evolve and step up into this new level of awareness to create something brand new. We are in a whole new time, space, reality. So everything we learned in the past, it's time to let go of that. Anything that we put our faith in the past, it's time to let go of that. The only thing we need to have faith in right now is God, is ourselves, in our best intentions, and where we're putting our attention and what we want to create, what we're going to create. Not in this long future, right now, right now, right now. So I just wanted to explain that a little bit. If you've got any questions about it, please do put them in the comments. I'm trying to build up this channel. I would love to get some of this information out, help more people, connect with people, help with healing, share more love. What Love School is all about. So please do like, subscribe to the channel, comment, share it if you think someone would benefit from this video. I'm also creating a couple of courses that I was inspired to create. I actually started them a few years ago. It's kind of been how my energy operates sometimes, because I have so much at times that I get inspired to do, and I can only do so much at once, right? So then I put my energy into what feels present, what feels present, what feels present as it comes up, like with this video. So I started doing a couple of courses a couple of years ago. Life evolved, and then I was literally inspired to start doing these courses, and I'm kind of doing them in tandem. I'm going to explain a little bit about them. One is freedom from illusion, which is really going to help us to understand and then let go of these false idols, so we can be aware of them, so we know where we're putting our attention. Okay, we know where we're putting our attention then. And that in itself will free us from these illusions that might hold us back in the past, that we're going to start seeing consequences for very quickly if we keep trying to invite them into our lives and to keep dragging them into this new reality. The other course I'm creating is building your energetic power. And it's all about using your personal power, but in connection with God, in connection with life, in connection with nature. And it's actually turning into, well, they're both brilliant courses, but this is a really big, inspiring course where we look into all the dimensions of reality, up to 12 dimensions, right from the beginning to the divine consciousness, and walks you through different stages that you can either follow or use your own intuitive guidance to explore on the course. Both of these courses are going to really be helpful. I am putting my energy into them because I have faith in the lessons of them, and I trust that they'll help to create more love, healing, and connection in the world. And I would love to create that with you. So if you're interested, I'll also link up the courses. There's loads of free content on Love School, including videos like this, blogs, podcast. So anything that you are interested in, if any of this resonates, get over to loveschool.uk. And there's a lot of links to content there. Obviously, there's also on the YouTube channel here or the Facebook page. You're very welcome here. You're very welcome. And thank you for watching the video.